President Muhammadu Buhari has condemned Tuesday's military coup d'etat in Mali, which toppled the government of President Ibrahim Keita. Hi, welcome to What's Happening. These are the top 10 stories now. At number 10, oil prices fell on Thursday and US crude inventories dropped less than expected. Brent crude was down by 36 cents or 0.8% at $45 a barrel, having slipped to 0.2% in the previous session. US oil was down by 38 cents or 0.9% at $42.55 a barrel after inching higher on Wednesday. According to the Energy Information Administration, stockpiles of crude in the US fell for 4 weeks straight, even as net imports rose. At number 9, 56 suspected cultists have been arrested with fresh human skulls in Calabar and Ogoja, Cross River State. 51 of the suspects who were intercepted at the 8 Miles area of Calabar on their way to Akwa Ibom State were paraded on Wednesday by the Cross River State Commissioner of Police, Abdul Karim Jimo. Of the 51 suspects, 46 are males, while 5 are females. 2 Hiace buses, 2 motorcycles, 5 machetes, and 3 red flags with human skulls drawn on them were recovered from the suspects. According to Jimo, the suspects were arrested on Monday, August 17, 2020. The command said it will undertake a forensic analysis of the skulls to determine who the victims are. The suspects have been profiled and will face the full wrath of the law. At number 8, 8 Boko Haram terrorists were neutralized and a number of them escaped with gunshot wounds when they attacked Kukawa town in Borno State. According to a statement released on Thursday by the Coordinator, Defense Media Operations, Major General John Enenche, the terrorists attacked the town on August 18, 2020, but the attack was thwarted by military troops. In the process, 3 soldiers were fatally wounded and later died at the military medical reception station at Kukawa. On July 29th, the governor of Borno State, Babagana Zulum, had flagged off the resettlement of some of the displaced people from Kukawa, and life was already picking up in the town. But Boko Haram members attacked the area on Tuesday, taking many as hostages. The Borno State government on Thursday said it received 94 persons who escaped from Boko Haram captivity in the fringes of the Lake Chad. At number 7, the House of Representatives has moved to establish the Nigerian Armed Forces Support Fund in order to tackle insecurity in the country more effectively. The bill, sponsored by Babajimi Benson and 6 others, is titled "An Act to Provide Special Financial Support for the Revamping of the Nigerian Armed Forces Personnel and the Provision of Modern Security and Defense Equipment and for Related Matters." The bill seeks to establish the Nigerian Armed Forces Support Fund, which shall be the depository of all funds received under this bill. The legislation seeks to also tax the Federal Inland Revenue Service with the collection of revenue that will statutorily accumulate to the security fund. At number 6, as speculations continue to trail the health condition and travel of Maman Dora, President Muhammadu Buhari's nephew, a family source has said that the trip was a routine one that was long planned. An online news platform, Sahara Reporters, had reported that Dora was flown to the United Kingdom on Wednesday after exhibiting respiratory difficulties with symptoms similar to coronavirus. But a source close to the family who spoke to Vanguard on the condition of anonymity said that the report of Maman Dora exhibiting respiratory difficulties with symptoms similar to COVID-19 is false. The source said Dora is in London on a routine checkup and that there is nothing wrong with him. At number 5, 7 students writing the West African Senior School Certificate Examination at Government Girls Secondary School Doma, Gombe State have tested positive for COVID-19. The federal government had approved the partial reopening of schools on August 4th for graduating classes to write their examinations. Speaking on Wednesday, the Commissioner for Education, Habu Dahiru, said the government had conducted 1,100 tests on the final year students following their resumption, of which 7 came out positive. The Commissioner said the students would not be allowed to miss their papers because they tested positive, and that arrangements were being made to evacuate them to an isolation center. At number 4, about 200 members of the All Progressives Congress decamped to the People's Democratic Party in Kuje Area Council, Abuja, on Wednesday. Those who decamped from the APC were received at the Kuje Area Council Government House by the PDP chairman of Kuje, Alhaji Mohammed Ismaila. They handed over their APC membership cards, brooms and posters in replacement for those of the APC. The leader of those who decamped, Mohammed Gambo, said they were dissatisfied by the approach of APC policies and decided to join the PDP. At number 3, South Sudan has run out of foreign exchange reserves due to the drop in oil revenues. On Wednesday, the Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of South Sudan, Daniel Pouch, said that the pound was depreciating sharply and that there was little monetary advisors could do to arrest its fall. South Sudan's economy is almost entirely dependent on revenue from oil, It took over 3/4 of the oil reserves when it split from Sudan to the north in 2011, following a decade-long war of secession. At its peak, oil production in South Sudan was at 350,000 barrels a day. However, falling oil prices have caused overall revenue to drop. At number 2, the Federation Accounts Allocation Committee shared a total of 676.407 billion naira to the federal, state, local governments and relevant agencies in the country for July 2020. This was made known after the monthly Federation Accounts Allocation Committee meeting for August 2020 held virtually and chaired by the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Finance, Dr. Mahmoud Issa Dutse. A press release issued by the Federation Account Allocation Committee indicated that from the total distributable revenue of 676.407 billion naira, the federal government received 273.189 billion naira, the state government received 190.849 billion naira, while the local government councils received 142.761 billion naira. Finally, at number 1, President Muhammadu Buhari has condemned Tuesday's military coup d'etat in Mali, which toppled the government of President Ibrahim Keita. Buhari expressed his condemnation of the recent turn of events in Mali on Twitter on Thursday. He said Nigeria is in support of the international community's stance on going for wider consultations so that all issues in the country could be speedily resolved. President Buhari and his colleagues in West Africa met on Thursday over the crisis in Mali. The extraordinary summit of the Authority of Heads of State and Governments of the ECOWAS was conducted virtually. Always remember to wear your mask, wash your hands, and stay safe. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.